on.
Vincent, will you come sit between me and Lula, please?
You want?
Over here. Go in. Come sit with me.
I'll go ahead and read it to you guys.
He's gonna read to us.
Yeah.
So we told you.
And then afterwards, I'm gonna put these books in the library so then you guys can take them home. Exciting. So, Clifford's birthday party.
I'm gonna take that one.
Julian.
I'm gonna take that one because I'm using that one. And I'm going camping.
Remember, quiet
today.
listening.
Oh.
At my legs.
That's
Guys, you don't take the other Clifford one because I love Clifford.
Let's talk about that later.
I copied it.
Oh.
That was
Tony, do we even want to swim later?
That was
It's not sounding like it right
That
now.
was a call.
Julian.
That was a call.
Or I can go get Tortuga to supervise.
Julian, last warning.
That was a call.
Julian, come sit right here.
That was a call.
Mom had ice cream and cookies. We put up decorations.
Yum, cookies for me.
Maxim.
When it was time for the party to begin, nobody was there. We could be there. Could they be? We went looking for Clifford's pals. They were all together at the playground. I asked them why they hadn't come to the party. Jenny said they wanted to come, but they didn't have very good presents for Clifford. Not good enough for such a special friend. I told them not to be silly. Clifford would like whatever they got for him. They all ran home to get their gifts, and everyone came to the party. That's a lot of people, huh?
Yeah, but I couldn't see. I think not one dog. I can see brown dog. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But not enough people. That's 3 humans. Only 4.
We opened the gifts from Scott and his dog, Susie. Scott had blown it up as much as he could. Clifford blew it up some more.
Oh my gosh, how big was
Yeah.
because he had that.
We really had a ball. Then Clifford pulled out the stopper. We hung the piñata from a tree. There were treats inside for all of the dogs. Clifford was supposed to break the piñata with a stick. He gave a couple of good swings. And the piñata broke open. The dogs liked the treats, but we decided not to give Clifford any more piñatas.
Why?
Because he broke it open. We all laughed when we saw the gift from Jenny and her dog, Flip. It was a little small for Clifford, but it was just right for his nose. Clifford hates having a cold nose.
What is that?
It's a little sweater.
A wet nose? Blah, blah, blah.
Aisha and Nora's gift was a toy that talked. Clifford thought it was cute. He went to pet it. Uh-oh, they don't make toys that way them used to. It was time for ice cream when Katrina and her dog Basket arrived. They bought Clifford a gift certificate from the Bow Wow Beauty Parlor. He could get a free shampoo and haircut.
What?
We each had our own idea of Clifford look after the beauty parlor?
You look like a girl. I like the hair.
You like that one?
I like the first one. You look pretty that way. Oh, I want that one. Oh, look, the shaker.
Julian, you don't have to sit up.
Spider's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're all cute,
that
huh?
one's kind of funny. Well, this one's cute.
Julian, you gotta sit down, but I can't see.
Avery's brother has
Julian.
one of those things, but the camera comes aside. Oh, I fell.
I like Clifford just the way he is. I think Caitlin paid Tina for the gift, but I slipped the certificate to Scott and Susie. I knew she would like it. Then came the cake. Clifford was surprised. He was even more surprised. That's a pretty big cake, huh?
Yeah, no, I think it's too big for the kids.
Yeah.
Cause it makes push my face in there. He has down there.
Yeah.
His face might get squished.
Yeah. When his family popped out, he hadn't seen his mother and father and sister and brother for a long time.
I don't know why it's so big. Was that his cake?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. His family was inside the cake.
Yeah.
Why did they not get to eat the cake?
Oh, it's not over. Clifford liked the present his friends gave him, but having his family and friends with him was the best birthday present of all.
That's not
We say thank you.
Thank you. Can we read another one?
Another one?
Yeah. I love the Clifford. I love the Clifford that birthday party.
This one's pretty long. How about a Curious George one?
No.
Yeah, I like Curious George.
Come on, I
I
like
hate Curious
Hey,
George.
don't talk bad about Curious
Shoot!
George.
Who's all getting ready for the first day of school?
Me.
Yeah. Alright.
After Casey, I'm not I'm gonna be kindergarten.
Vincent, face forward, please.
Thank you, Brianna, for being so quiet and listening. Thank you, Matilda. Thank you, Tori, for being
Avery, sit down,
quiet.
please. I like your quiet son. You gotta sit down.
Thank you, Avery, for being quiet.
This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today George was so excited he could barely eat his breakfast. You have a big day ahead of you, George, said his friend, the man with the yellow hat. Yeah. It was a big day for George. It was the first day of school, and he had been invited to be a special helper. George and his friend walked together to the school playground. Some of the children were nervous, but George could not wait for the fun to begin. The other classroom, George's friend interrupted him to Mr. Apple. Thank you for inviting George to school today. The man with the yellow hat said to the teacher. Then he waved goodbye, having a good day. George, I'll be back to pick you up after school. The children were excited to have a monkey in class. George is going to be a special helper, Mr. Apple told them. And what a helper he was. At story time, George held the book. At that time, children could count on George.
Very nice.
And at recess, George made sure everyone had a ball and well-balanced snacks. After lunch, Mr. Apple got out paints and brushes. George was red, yellow, and blue paint. 3 colors were not very many. George was curious. Could he help make more colors? First, George mixed red and blue and made purple. Next, George mixed red and yellow to make orange. Then George mixed yellow and blue to make green. Finally, George mixed all the colors to make a big mess. The children thought the mess was funny, but Mr. Apple did not. "Oh dear," he said, "we are going to need something to clean this up. Everyone, please sit quietly while I look." George did not mean to make such a mess, and certainly did not want to sit quietly. He wanted to help. It was his job, after all. George had an idea. In the hallway, George found a closet. In the closet, he found a bucket. In the bucket, he found just what he needed: a mop. George was on his way back to the classroom when he heard someone yell, "Stop! Stop! What are you doing with my mop?" The janitor ran after George. "Stop! Stop! No running in the halls." The principal ran after the janitor, but George was going too fast to stop. He grabbed the doorway and swung inside. And slop! The bucket, tipping, the mop dropped, and George slipped across the floor. Now the mess was even bigger. Mr. Apple looked surprised. The principal frowned. The janitor just shook his head. And George poor George, he felt terrible. Maybe he was not such a good helper after all. The children felt terrible too. They did not like to see George look